Hi guys, welcome back to Codemaster Coach, your medical coding tutor. Today we are talking about external cause coding. And I don't know if you've heard about this, but I was amazed that external cause coding is actually captured in medical coding. What is external cause? External cause coding is just that, the external cause of the injury. Persons come into the hospital today and it's because of a motor vehicle accident or some type of injury. Well, as a coder, I have to describe what type of injury occurred. Was it a motorcycle, a motor vehicle, a sled, ATV, four-wheeler? Give you an example. I was amazed when four-wheelers first came out that on national news it was known that four-wheelers was the #1 cause of injury among 3-year-olds. This was several years ago. And I wondered, how did they know that the average age range for an ATV injury was 3? Medical coders. Because we captured those codes in the emergency room when those 3-year-olds came in. So our coding captures a whole lot, and because of it, we're able to even have an impact on industry and how vehicles and ATVs are made. So, external cause of morbidity codes are never sequenced as the first listed or principal diagnoses. Remember that. They're never listed as the first code. Why? Because they're not a diagnosis. They're not telling what's wrong with your patient. They're telling how it occurred, but they're not telling what's wrong. And remember, the principal diagnosis is that which after study brought the patient in for services. Well, even though the motor vehicle accident may have caused it, what occurred is your principal diagnosis, but we do code the external cause codes. So remember, right behind your alphabetic index in your ICD-10 code book is your ICD-10 index to external cause of injuries. And it's got its own little alphabetic index, just like your alphabetic index. And just take some time and go through this index. You'll be amazed at what's in this external cause index. Just looking through it, I was amazed that we capture rape victims, domestic violence, assaults, fights with an unarmed object, police brutality. We can capture all of this in our codes for external cause. And we're telling the extenuating circumstances behind the injury. So external causes codes are intended to provide data for injury research and evaluation of injury prevention strategies. We've learned through capturing these codes what needs to be corrected on equipment. We have gotten so specific in our ICD-10 codes that we identify, was this patient the driver of the motor vehicle? Were they a passenger in the motor vehicle? Did they hit another vehicle? Did they hit a bicycle? Did they run into a pedestrian? Was it a fire that caused the injury? And was the fire in a house or at a business? Was it a crushing type injury on the job, not on the job? So just take some time and go through this external cause injury index and just see what's all here, because as a coder, we capture this. So as we're capturing external cause codes, there's 5 main things we look for. We look for how the injury or health condition happened. What caused it? The motor vehicle accident. What was the intent? Unintentional, intentional, an accident, an assault. And when I think of assault, I think of other cases. You're at the club, you've got something to drink. You go on the dance floor to dance, you put your cup down, you walk away, somebody puts something in your drink, you come back, you drink it, you're out of your mind, you're in the emergency room. That's an assault. So I have to code that as an assault. When patients come in with suicide attempts, or when they come in due to injury, I have to identify, was it a suicide attempt or not? Place where the event occurred. Did it happen at home? Did it happen on the job? The activity. What was the patient doing at the time that the injury occurred? Swimming in a swimming pool? Playing soccer on the soccer field? Different things like that. So we're looking at what activity, and activity is a main term you'd look up that would identify what activity was the patient doing at the time. And then the status. Was it a civilian, and because of Iran, Iraq, and everything that's going on, or was it a military injury? So 5 things. How the injury occurred, the intent, intentional, non-intentional, place where the injury occurred, activity the patient was doing at the time of the injury, and the personal status, civilian or military. 5 things we try to capture with our external cause coding. Now, there is no national requirement for external cause coding. However, some states are mandated to report it. So what I always tell my students is, in your best interest as a coder, learn external cause coding, because as a coder working from home, I might live in one state, but I definitely code for other states. I tie in on their electronic, through internet, I tie in into their HIM or their EHR, electronic health record system, and code their charts. I don't know state to state what the requirement is. The state that I live in, it's mandated to code external cause codes. So to be on the safe side, and what's recommended of all coders anyway, is to capture these codes. We're even recommending that physicians start to document the external cause of injuries in their diagnoses so that the coders can capture this information. Because even certain third-party payers now are requiring it. Because think about it. If you go into the hospital with an injury and you want to say that it was a motor vehicle accident so that your car insurance company will pay for the injuries, then we need to identify the external circumstances behind your injury. And that's where this external cause coding comes in. Okay? So we're encouraging physicians and coders to start capturing external cause codes. All right, so take your time, go through this index, see what we have here. Remember the 5 things we try to capture: how, the intent, the place, the activity, and the status of the patient. Think about nursing homes and injuries that occur in nursing homes. I can capture those injuries. Patient fell out of bed. Patient fell from off the commode while in a nursing home. Think about the external circumstances that you could capture in your coding. This external cause index does just that. And we do, as an instructor, I do require my coders to learn to code external cause coding so that you can code anywhere. Okay? Remember, we're going to be the best coders we can be. All right, any questions? Email me, codemastercoach@gmail.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.